Hey everyone, Melissa here and welcome to my channel and welcome to the Hip Kit Club Cyber Monday YouTube hop. So my challenge is for challenge 10, which is fussy cutting, and I'm using the October 2020 Hip Kit. I have all the links below if you want to head on over to the Hip Kit website and also to the Hip Kit Club Facebook group. So this layout is for the online crop challenge, which is from Friday the 27th of November in the Hip Kit Club group on Facebook, and you can play along and join in with the challenges until midnight EST on Sunday the 6th of December. So there's lots of time to enter and there are prizes available along the way. So for my layout with fussy cutting, I really wanted to use this beautiful Simple Stories paper as a background, and I wanted to make a wreath. So what I did was just take a side plate just from the kitchen, and I've traced around it with a pencil. And now, because this is quite a busy background paper, and like I said, I just had to use it. So I'm wanting to provide a base for my wreath and also a base for some mixed media. So I just used some gesso and I've smeared it on with my finger. And while that dries, I've got a couple of papers that I just adore from the kit. This one is a Hip Kit Club exclusive designed by Kim and Kimberly. I've already used it as a background, so I always get the pattern paper add-on as well, and that makes sure that I have two pieces of every paper so I can either use both sides or use my favourite paper again. So I'm just distressing the edges here. And I've also got this beautiful piece of Simple Stories Cozy Day. It's just yellow and white gingham, and it's really pretty. So originally I was going to use this photo of myself, and it was me during our lockdown. I'd gone for a bike ride and it was raining and I got splattered with mud, and it was just one of those moments where I took a selfie because I just wanted to remember as many of the bike rides as possible. And because we were locked down for 9 weeks over our autumn, basically I got to see the landscape change, and I took time to take lots of photos and just enjoy that. So now this has dried. I find the gesso dries quite quickly. I'm just using the colour kit, the 3 Lindy's Gang Magicals, and I was only going to use 2 of them. I was just going to use the yellow and the orange, but then I couldn't resist using the crimson one as well. So I'm just doing layer upon layer. I did think about doing the packaging technique as well, but then I thought, no, I've got a bit more control if I just do some splatters. So I've started with the marigold yellow orange, and now I'm moving on to the red hot poker orange, which I think is probably my favourite of the 3. They're all stunning though. They have a shimmer to them. They're not a flat colour, and they look really beautiful when they dry. So in between each colour application, I'm just drying them off with my heat gun. I've just been loving my heat gun lately. If you regularly watch my videos, you'll know I probably go on about this almost too much, but it's made the world of difference to my splatters, especially when I use watercolours. So it leaves a little halo around each of the splatters, which I think looks really nice. So here now I've come in with the Autumn Maple Crimson, and I'm trying not to overdo this. I've made it very concentrated as well, just to provide, I suppose, a definite contrast to the other 2 colours. So just drying that one off as well, and I love that because I've put the gesso down, nothing's really warping. I'm always happy when it doesn't warp. So what I decided to do was create a wreath, and I normally would I guess use a lot of florals and leaves for a wreath, but with this one I decided not to. So just back to what I'm doing here, I'm just tearing the edges. I just wanted something a bit different, something a bit more distressed to go against that pink cardstock background. That cardstock is from the cardstock kit. So it looks a bit messy, it looks a bit distressed, it's the look that I want. And then to glue it down, I'm just using some double-sided tape, which will ensure that I can smooth it out. I guess it's slightly warped, not bad though. But yeah, I can smooth it out and be happy with where I've placed it. So then I took it over to my sewing machine, and I think I went round that circle about 6 times just with white thread. I was going to use gold, but in the end I decided to go with the white. Now at this point I decided I wasn't happy with my photo. I wasn't happy with the size of it, the shape of it, or I think the quality. I wasn't happy with the quality of the photo. So my original plan was that I'd have that photo of me, and then I'd have the elements that you're going to see soon, which are not florals, around the photo of myself, and I was going to talk about how I was dreaming of being inside and being cozy, even though I was outside in the freezing cold, getting drenched and covered in mud. But then yeah, like I said, I wasn't happy with that photo, so I found this one of our third child, Brielle. She turned 6 in our lockdown, and because we had a lot of time, we were working as well, but we had more time, we were home all the time, and I was able to do the French plaits and work on those kind of more girly things that I certainly don't have time for in the morning with 3 daughters and a son before they go to school. So my girls will often ask for hairstyles like this, and it takes time, and so because I had time I was able to play around with her hair. And I love this photo, and I still think it's going to work with the elements that I use. So I fussy cut the Cozy Days paper that has all these sort of fall autumn themed elements. They are just so adorable, and I'm just placing them around, and so that's what I mean by making a wreath that doesn't have a whole lot of florals or leaves, because that would normally be my go-to. And I also thought about using one of the wreath cut files from the October kits, but in the end I've decided just to go with the gesso, the stitching, and the mixed media. So I'm sorry about the noise there, and obviously someone's got something open on this computer and I'm getting notifications, so I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, so here I am just using these little pop dots to lift up some of my elements, and I'm also using my liquid adhesive underneath them just to provide some extra dimension. Now I have cut some florals as well, as you can see on that plate. They're from the crepe paper, one piece of crepe paper that we have in this kit. So I've also cut this tag, and you would have seen me before, I was tucking it under my photo, but I've decided I need another cluster area, and I'm going to put my journaling on this tag, so I've gone with the opposite side, so the top right and bottom left for my photo. Just added a bit of black and white twine from my stash, and this is starting to come together now. Often when I make a layout, I have a moment where I'm not sure whether it's going to work or not, and at this point I'm feeling a lot more happy about it. I'm backing or lifting up that photo with some of the Simple Stories packaging that there's Cozy Days chipboard, and I've punched them all out. They come out very easily, and I'm left with that packaging. So rather than throw it away, it's great to use as opposed to craft foam or dimensional adhesive. So here I'm now just placing a little cluster of these florals, and loving how this is starting to come out. So as well as cutting some of those larger florals, I've also cut a couple of the smaller ones that have the leaves on them as well. And I think the hardest thing to fussy cut out of all of this was those umbrellas, the little stems of the umbrellas. But fussy cutting is definitely worth taking the time and doing it. I haven't, I didn't fussy cut all those elements on in this video, because I think this would have made my video even longer. It's already over 15 minutes, but yeah, it's not hard. You turn the paper instead of turning your scissors, which makes fussy cutting a lot easier. So yeah, your challenge is to make a layout using fussy cutting. You don't have to just use the fussy cutting. You'll see soon as I add to this wreath, I'm going to add other bits and pieces from the kit as well, but you'll definitely want your fussy cutting to be, I suppose, the main feature. Or no, I mean, in fact, I probably shouldn't even say that. As long as you incorporate fussy cutting on your layout, then it can be entered in the challenge. So if I just talk a little bit about what's happening with this YouTube hop. So below I have got a list of everyone that's hopping along, so you'll want to head to the next link and then go on to the next stop, so on and so forth. If you ever get lost, you can go back to the Hip Kit YouTube channel, and as you hop, you'll want to, if you want to be entered in to win a prize, you'll want to follow each channel and leave a comment on all stops in the hop. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to hopping along as well and seeing what the other ladies in the design team have created, or I've seen what they've created, but I'm looking forward to seeing their process. So like I've probably gone way overboard. I cut most of those pieces out of the paper, but there's no way I'm going to use them all. But I find fussy cutting very relaxing. I'll sit in front of Netflix. I'm watching The Crown at the moment. I've just binged through season 3 of The Crown because I couldn't wait to get to season 4 with Diana in it. There's Ava, and you'll notice that little gold plate with the elements on is wobbling a lot, and that's because she's there. So she's come over and is wanting to help herself. If you watch my videos, you'll also know that she features like this in several of my videos. All my girls love to scrapbook as well, so she's trying to help herself here. And yeah, here I'm fussy cutting. I just remembered I did do some fussy cutting in this video. So I needed another floral element just to put up with this cluster. I have my little, it's not a Rascal, but it looks like a Rascal cart. It's from Spotlight. I have it next to my desk when I'm scrapping. So Ava's helped herself to just some random embellishments that I have in that cart. She's telling me that she wants 2 of them and she wants more of them, and can I please have some more? And I'm humouring her by telling her she can have some of them but not all of them. So I've removed that plate of elements now because I don't need them, and I'm just looking at these Pebbles beautiful gold stickers, and I'm wanting to create a title or part of a title with them. And I love that word home with the heart for the O, and it fits perfectly, so I'm really happy with that. And then I realised that I haven't used many of these thickers for my layouts that I've created recently, and so I'm really keen to use a couple of words or some of them. And so I'm calling this layout Fun at Home because it was. So now I'm using some of these foam stickers. I adore the Simple Stories foam stickers. I hope they definitely put them in all the collections. I'm just wanting a few elements that are going to complement my wreath. I'm aware that this layout is very busy, but I think that seems to be my style. So I've put a couple of those elements down. Obviously I could have cut that bit out of my video, but I'd gone to my tray of embellishments and just pulled a few more things out. So I've got these beautiful puffy phrase and word stickers from Pebbles, and one of these Amy Tangerine late afternoon paper clips, which I love as well. And then these beautiful sticky adhesive brads. I'm just adding a few of them for the like you would with an enamel dot, really. So it's looking pretty full now. Going through this sticker pack as well. I don't even think I'd opened it yet. There's just so much if you get all the kits. It's just, it's amazing. The kits truly are definitely worth you investing in. So adding a little house just to represent home, and then looking through this other Simple Stories sticker book, looking for a phrase really. That one would have been fine there, except it was too big, so I've moved it up to my tag. And now looking at these, so many phrases, so many stickers. You'll definitely find the perfect words for whatever you're creating. And you don't have to create just fall or autumn themed layouts with these kits either. I've seen other amazing layouts that are not themed at all, and they just work so well. So just looking through, seeing if there's anything else. I did want to cover up the TV in the background there, so I've gone with that heart. And then I was going to tie this twine into a bow, but it's too short for me to do it, and because I'm running out of that, so I don't really want to waste it. And then just adding my journaling about the fun we had doing French plat because we had time. So I hope you've enjoyed this process and watching me put it all together. Do make sure you play along and follow along in this hop. We also have a sale going on at the moment. In the last slide, you'll have the details. And if you just head on over to the Hip Kit Club website. So one final touch are these beautiful puffy hearts from Pebbles as well. They're gold and they're just so beautiful. And I think, I also add some of the leaves. So I've said in my last video, I find these very hoardable. So I had to almost force myself to use them, but they are just so beautiful. Perfect finishing touch. So just tucking a few in with the leaves, helping to tie together the other gold elements on my page. And I know I keep saying final touch, but my real final touch is just to add some black splatters, and this is just some Heidi Swap colour shine from my stash. So that's my final layout. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I hope you hop along and enjoy your Cyber Monday. Take care.